All right, gamers, it's finally time for my most anticipated character, bar none. I haven't even talked about him yet. Oh, okay, well, that's a lie. I've definitely talked about him on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, cherry_PFGC, you absolutely should be following me there if you want to see all of my inner mechanisms of my mind being an enigma. But Jimmy Neutron is here, and his character spotlight's been out for a bit now. But, like, the main thing is that I haven't talked about him yet. And so today, we're going to be watching through his character spotlight video, and I'll be also talking about a lot of things that references wise, as well as just my own thoughts on the character. So let's get right into this.
Jimmy Neutron, the boy genius, makes his way into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 as the defensive zoner, wielding all sorts of fantastic inventions.
We don't have enough in the
secret watch laser, an all-purpose toaster, the super bubblegum move.
I love that move. That move's gonna be awesome.
Purple Flurp rocket launcher, and many more.
Snake Nikita.
Jimmy's most noteworthy invention is, of course, his beloved robot companion, Goddard.
I've been saying Goddard
down special,
wrong for so long. I've been calling him Goddard, like Godder.
If you
I don't know
choose to let
why.
him keep running, he'll explode on contact with
So he kind of functions like Spunky, but faster, or Gurr.
Try to keep him close.
Until like you use his ability where he flies around, like he's a whole different character, and that opens up a huge can of worms I'll get into later.
Drop on enemies' heads by holding down and again pressing the regular attack button. Just be careful to remember that while you're controlling Goddard, Jimmy himself will be stationary and vulnerable.
So funny.
All you have to do to switch back is, again, press the special button. You'll also immediately
That's where it becomes huge, the fact that you can swap back.
As for his other gadgets, Jimmy's neutral B is a rocket launcher that lets you pre-program a series of inputs into the rocket's trajectory.
I wonder if you can charge it. So like, see how he's like charging it here?
The rocket,
yeah,
that's
okay,
the
you can't charge it. I just forgot.
Travel. If all that neuron activation is too complicated for you, don't worry.
Okay, and that's cool, because that just spiked him, by the way,
Goddard.
by deactivating it or something.
His
and
disjointed attacks, like his grounded light forward and aerial light forward, are fantastic for slapping opponents away.
He really is just about keeping you
covers
away.
His entire body with an active hitbox, making it a very difficult attack to challenge and a great one to throw out if you get overwhelmed or have trouble landing. To touch on one of Jimmy's weaknesses, his recovery is rather average, being pretty slow.
My thought process here is having Goddard above you when you try to recover,
if you have
so
your
he
jump,
can cover
however,
you.
You can use that during the up special.
And I don't know if that's how that works necessarily.
And don't forget, you can always slime cancel.
They also talk about
or
like
use
slime
Goddard as a way to
yeah,
provide cover.
it's like you can't actually use him when you're in the air.
Of what might be
so that answers
possible
my
with
question.
Jimmy. So it's up to you to hop in the lab,
grab,
run some experiments, and show
sick.
off all the tech that you've discovered.
Yeah, like he's gonna be so setup heavy, and that's what I am most excited for with that character. So, like, I don't want to get into it. Oh gosh, I don't want to get into it too much. Like, but just hear my ramblings, hear my excitement, and I'm gonna be kind of chopping this video up into two parts. So the first part will be this and the references, and the next part will be coming at a later date, which will be all of my theory crafting, so I can get it in an actual understandable segmented video with like an understanding of like why I'm thinking the things I am, and as well as allowing me to deep dive into the trailer and try to pick apart as much as I can from the 2 minutes of gameplay that we get to see. So be sure to like this video if you're excited for that future video, or if you just like what you're seeing so far. And in the second half, we'll be talking about the references of Jimmy Neutron's kit. All right, and now let's just shout out to the people that helped make this thing possible. We've got Pablo Escobar, who helps create this document that I'll be using today to talk about Jimmy Neutron's references. So starting off, Jimmy Neutron's entrance, he actually arrives in his Strato XL rocket, which he built from an amusement park ride in the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie. So the first thing that we see from Jimmy Neutron's like series is just the movie, and that's where we see that rocket from. His jab, Jimmy's watch laser, he uses it multiple times throughout the show, and the screenshot that is used is called Evil Beneath. Light forward, as Jimmy does a punch with his hand that extends from his backpack, and this was first seen in the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie when he uses the hand to help cut Carl out of a tree he was stuck in. You can also see Goddard use the same hand to open the door on Jimmy's way to the school. So he uses it a lot in the show. His uplight from Jimmy Goes to College, Jimmy opens a jar containing unstable molecules, causing them to rise and explode. His downlight, Jimmy spills out some green chemicals from a test tube, and the image comes from the Granny Baby, where Jimmy creates a solution to make his grandma younger, and this may not be a reference, but it's pretty much what Pablo found for now. So we're going through pretty much everything, regardless of whether we know for a fact it is or isn't a reference. The light neutral air, Jimmy's watch laser, he uses this multiple times in the show. The screenshot is from Billion Dollar Boy. Light forward air, Jimmy's power siphoning laser sword from King Mars, not to be confused with the laser swords from Out Darn Spotlight. His light up air, the bouncy shoes from, I'm gonna butcher this, Dominion. Jimmy uses this to kick upwards, which is a new use for the invention that he does not perform in the show. So it isn't really a reference. And the texture isn't correct in the showcase screenshot, but likely because this is a work in progress build, which has more truth to it, because we've seen things like SpongeBob's house and Squidward's house be the exact same texture of SpongeBob's pineapple, which is definitely just because it's a pre-release game and not because they just got it wrong somehow. His light down air, not shown yet. His strong forward is one of Jimmy's hydraulic force amplifying bats from Retroville 9, and in the game, the bat appears to be striped, while in the show, the bat is black with a moving red glow effect that happens when the bat is assisting Jimmy's swing. Once again, this might be due to a fact that it's showcase beta build or just a design choice. His upstrung looks like Piranha Plant, honestly, but the girling plant, which Piranha Plant in a sense, but like not Smash, I'm talking like just Piranha Plant, like in real life, because those exist, by the way. The girling plant from Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie. There appears to be a visual error with the plant in the chomp during the charge phase of the move, and it may end up being a visual indicator of where the move will hit, signified by the picture of Cindy. So see, yeah, how they like talking and stuff. So they're downstrung. Quick freezing nitrate solution from Jimmy Goes to College once again. A lot of references from that episode. The classmate tries to get Jimmy in trouble by swapping a solution for this one, causing Jimmy to throw a beaker away to protect his professor. See there, he's chucking it. And then, strong forward air, reference to the substitute creature, Jimmy appears to fire a piece of toast from the toaster instead of his DNA accelerator ray. His strong up air was not shown yet, which is interesting that they'd show off a character that's in pre-release and in an early version of the game, but he doesn't have all his moves shown yet, which I find interesting that they're going this route for the spotlights, like not really showing off all of the moves, but I think it's fine. Like, there are definitely things that they're probably working on and polishing up a bit more so than other things, and if the character is mostly finished, I'm sure one or two moves not being shown off in these spotlights won't hurt in the grand scheme of things, you know. So it's whatever. I'm just commenting on it. His strong down air, the super bubblegum mobile from Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie once again. He uses it a lot in the intro, I believe, as well. His dash tech was not shown yet. His grab, Tafar actually commenting to me after my hype on Twitter to actually tell me that this move actually functions a lot like Pac-Man from Smash Ultimate's grab, where it phases out and it slowly comes out and it comes back in. So I'd imagine it also will have meta-wise and like in competitive if you care, will also have the same type of like, punishing end lag where the move comes out, it misses, and then it has to retract or like at least finish the animation of the move, and it'll be a very long, lingering grab. His tractor beam from Jimmy Goes to College, moveset props could be unfinished, and that would explain why Jimmy uses the same prop for launching the rocket and grabbing opponents, and why it does not resemble the prop from the show. But I mean, it's probably just a texturing thing, because it looks pretty similar at a glance, you know? So I'd imagine a grab is not something that you need to worry too much about, besides the coloring, I would say. So his forward throw isn't complete, back throw isn't complete, up throw isn't complete, down throw isn't complete. Obviously, they weren't shown. I mean, I think there was things in newer spotlights, but I mean, for now, it's fine. And then from his neutral special from the Operation Jet Fusion, the Jimmy Bot launches one of these rockets, destroying a nearby tank. However, Pablo is not able to find a reference for this device that Jimmy uses to fire the rocket itself, other than the fact that the weapon itself is made out of purple flurp cans. And the design of the purple flurp can is taken from the show and not from the movie, which there's a difference. And Pablo showing this in the episode Maximum Hue. So the first one is from, I believe, the movie, he said, and then the second one is from the show. Side special, the Acoustivac comes from the episode Broadcast Blues. In the game, it seems to be set so forward so that it can push opponents away, or too forward, excuse me. And then it also appears to be black instead of blue. The up special, Jimmy's hover car, first seen in the episode When Pants Attack. His down special, Goddard, has a few moves, so I'll just put the images here, or Pablo does, in this mini section. The moves aren't really references in specific moments, but are just things Goddard has done in the past. Although he couldn't find directly Goddard chomping someone, he has chomped items out of the hands of others. Screenshot from the $1 Billion Boy and the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie, respectively. Shoutouts to Pablo again for all of these references in like a pretty short time. Like, dude's just good at it. As well as the document. It's just well organized and well done. So, shoutouts to him. Doesn't show off any costumes and such, but he does have a taunt shown. And Jimmy points forward with both his hand, does the grin. And it might be a direct reference to Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie when Jimmy does this into the mirror after brushing his teeth using the gingivitis 2000. Or was that gingivitis? I just butchered gingivitis. That's funny. Miscellaneous, he has like the spring shoes. The jump is also the bouncy shoes from Fun Dominion. The jumping animation is similar, but the scene is heavily motion blurred, so it's hard to get a good screenshot. Which, hey, shout out to you because that's not bad. Or as you mean in the show, because that also could be what it is. Jimmy's landing post seems to match this promotional render. I don't know why this image was the only one you could find of it online, but hey, I'll have to work with the fake PNG background. Jimmy's idle animation with the gum ball. Chewing a ball of gum throwing in his mouth, similar to how he chews the Super Bubble Gum mobile ball before blowing it as a bubble as seen in Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. The stages, we have Jimmy's lab as a stage, and it transforms with the desk behind it that Jimmy uses in front of his big monitor. The monitor will change to indicate which transformation the stage will go to, and the default stage shows Jimmy's shrink ray, which may explain why the fighters are so small. And there is also a stack of pictures of Jimmy's friends, likely to be used to test the girl-eating plant. And so, that's all of the references and such for Jimmy Neutron, as well as just the Jimmy Neutron video in general. I'm super hyped about this character, and originally was going to have this be a 3-part single episode video where I just talk about things I'm hyped about, show off the move set spotlight, and just talk about the references. But I've decided to save the second half for another time, just because, hey, it'll let us have some more time to talk about and plan out the video in a way that will actually be digestible as well as understandable, because my thought process is just an enigma, as you say. So push 1 in the comments of this video if you're really excited to see that video, and just make sure to like this video if you liked it. And if you're watching this when it comes out, this video is happening right before the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl Tournament Chum & Go 12, which will be featuring the first ever Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl community tier list video. So that's going to be happening pretty soon. So if you really like that, if you really like this video, make sure to come and support that stream, which my Twitch link will be in the bio and description of this video. So thanks for watching. See you later. Peace.